Hi, kindergarten friends. This is Mrs. Salyers, and I'm here today to work on those teen numbers with you. Those numbers that fall between 10 and 20. We want to make sure that we know which one is which, and we want to make sure that we can write them so that we're ready for first grade math. So today I have a few tools with me. I have some 10 frame cards. I also have the hide zero cards, and I have a whiteboard and marker. If you would like to practice writing your teen numbers with me, pause this video and go get something to write with. You can get a whiteboard and marker like I have, or you can just get some paper and pencil. So pause me and start back up whenever you have your supplies. All right, so last packet, we saw that sometimes we have a 10 and we have some extra ones. And then we put those together and we would say, all right, I have a 10 and I have 2 ones. Then we also did some hide zeros. So we have our 10 and we would take those 2 ones. We hid that 0. That 10 was there the whole time, and that's why that 1 is there. But now the 2 for the 2 ones is in front. Now we're going to take it to one more step. We're going to talk about what those numbers are called and how to write them. All right, so if I have a 10 and I have just one more, I have 10 and 1. So if I have 10, 1, I have my 10, and I'm going to hide that 1 over top. We call this number 11. All right, so say that word, 11. So 11 is a 1 and another 1 beside it. If you're not using some paper and pen, maybe just practice in the air. A 1 and a 1. And what's the name of this number? 11. So 11 is a 1 and a 1. All right, if I have a 10, and I have 2. I have 10 ones and 2 ones. I have 10, 2. So here's my 10. And now I'm going to take my 2. I still have my 10, but I'm going to put that 2 over top. And now I have the number we call 12. So this one can be a little tricky to remember. 12. 12 is a 1 that stands for the 10 and a 2 beside it. All right, so let's make some 12s here. So if I'm going to make a 12, my 1 is going to come first and then my 2. So a 1 with a 2 beside it, that is the number 12. So practice a few of those in the air. Make your 1 and make your 2 beside it. Okay, if you're remembering how to make a 2, half a heart, there's more to do. Slide to the right, and now you have a 2. All right, I have my 10, and this time I have 3 ones. 10 ones and 3 ones. So if I have 10, 3, here comes the 3 to hide the 0. This one is 13. All right, so say that, 13. 13 can be a little tricky if you've lost some of your front teeth. It's a little hard to get that going. But we want to say 13 and we write it 1, 3. So 1, 3 is 13. So let's practice it again. 1, 3. I make sure that 1 comes first and then I write the 3 beside. All right, here comes the next one. I think you're going to see the pattern going here. All right, so we have our 10, and now we have 4 ones. 10 ones and 4 ones. So I hide the 0. I have 14. So sometimes these numbers can be a little tricky to say. I have 13, then I have 14. And 14 is a 1 and a 4. 1, 4. Practice that a couple times. 1 and 4. Right beside each other with the 1 coming first. That is the number 14. All right. We have our 10 and we have 5. 10, 5. 10 and 5 ones. So if I have 10, 5, here's my 10. My 5 goes over top. And now I have the number 15. So sometimes 14 and 15 are hard to get out. We just have to practice them and make sure that we're saying it as clearly as we can. And when we write it, it's 1, 5. 1 for the 10s and then 5 for the 1s. 15. 15 is right in the middle between 10 and 20. Okay, so now I have my 10 ones, my 10, and now I have 6. 10, 6 comes next. So if I have my 10 and I put my 6 over top of that 0, I now have the number 16. 16. So I am going to practice writing my 16 by putting a 1 followed by the 6. 1, 6, 16. Because that 0 is hiding behind that 6 the whole time. But it's there. 1, 6, 16. Now I have my 10. And I have 7 in the bottom one. 10 ones and 7 ones. Or 10, 7. I have my 10. I'm going to put my 7 over top of that 0. And now I have 17. So not all of our teen numbers, but now we're getting into some that this number is kind of talking first, but he's written second. Because that teen word tells me that I have to put the 1 first, then the 7. 17. Practice writing that a couple times. 1 and 7. 17. Excuse me. Now we have a 10 and we have 8. 10, 8. 10 ones and 8 ones. 10, 8. I have my 10. I put over the hide 0 and hide the 0, and now I have 18. So this number is 18. So 18 is a 1 followed by the 8. And remember, I'm going to make an S and close the gate. So 1, 8 is 18. 18, we're almost there. Okay, so now I have my 10. And I have one that is almost filled up, but not quite. So it has 9. When I see only one spot left, I kind of know that that's 9. I didn't have to count them. So I have 10 ones and 9 ones. 10, 9. So for 10, 9, I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing. I'm going to take my 10. I'm going to hide that 0 with the 9. And so now I have 19. 19 is 1, 9. So I am going to make sure that I practice that a couple times by writing a 1 and a 9. 1, 9. 19. 19. And then last, if I fill in that second 10 frame, I now have 2 10s. So my top 10 frame is filled, and so is my bottom 10 frame. So 2 10s becomes a little different. So now I have a 2 in the first spot to show that I have 2 10s. And when I have this number, 2, 0, that number is 20. So say that. 20. 20 and 12 get really confused, but this is 20 to show that I have 2 10s, that both of my 10 frames were filled up. I can practice writing that a couple times. I'm going to write my 2 first, then my 0, and now I have 20. So 20 is 20. All right, so just to kind of review our numbers here, let's see if we can go through them. I'll use my hide 10 cards. I have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and there it is, 20. So keep practicing those numbers. Come back and visit this video if you need some more help with knowing which number is which and writing them, because that's going to be really important to help you become a big, strong, Eagle proud first grader. See you later. Bye.